What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a good one. No, I haven't done a video in a little while, man. Today I wanted to speak on something a little bit deeper, I guess you could say. And I guess like the intention or my hopes is that it helps, that it reaches who it needs to reach, and if I hope it helps or makes even a minor or small difference, right? Well, I wanted to make a few videos, right? But this first one I wanted to talk about like PTSD or panic attacks. You know what I mean? Kind of like well, around the realm of like anxiety disorders, right? But specifically panic attacks or PTSD. I guess now I could say that I was blessed with the experience, and had experience with it, right? Had experience with it, but years ago when I was actually living through it, it was not the most pleasant experience, right? Um, it's not easy. It's not easy. Like it's not really that easy to speak on either, right? Like I don't think I've ever really spoken to anybody about this. It's a little bit ironic or weird that I'm putting it on a video, right? But I don't know. It's for a reason, right? Um, uh, you hear a bunch of yelling, man. There's a lot of little kids playing. Um, uh, I don't even know where to start, man. But I guess I'll share to you my experience, right? Um, to make a long story short, and to not get too much into detail, because it's really not that important. Um, I had a bit of a near-death experience where I wasn't supposed to survive. You know what I mean? I wasn't supposed to survive. Um, like I said, not to go too much into detail. I was in a place or situation where you could say the wrong place at the wrong time, right? But it was an experience this night where I had some people who attempted to kill me, right? Um, with guns, uh, and I ran through the desert for many hours while being chased, right? And there was a long night, right? I don't think I've ever ran that much in my life, 5, 6 hours without stopping, right? And it's of course the adrenaline of fearing for your life that comes out, right? Kind of like everything we always need comes out right when we need it. And all the details and it's irrelevant, right? It's irrelevant. I could say it was a misunderstanding, um, but but it happened, right? It happened. It happened. Like now I see it. I see a like higher purpose for it, or I see why it happened. And even that night, like it was all crystal clear to me, right? It was clear. It was clear why it happened and what, like the higher reason for it, right? Like I understood it. It's almost, I don't want to say I saw it through God's eyes, but I kind of understood, right? And mm, like I knew, I understood, right? And I was at peace with it and everything. But it still happened, right? It still happened, and the emotional body had that experience, right? I did have that experience, and it stays with you, right? It stays with you, kind of like every experience we have stays in your physical body or in your psyche or whatever the case may be. Um, and for many months, I was kind of like, fuck, bro, like what if they're still trying to, right, kill me, or you know what I mean? And kind of living in fear and with anxiety and not even wanting to go places and things like that, right? That I kind of started getting fucked up in the head, right? Getting fucked up in the head. It was trauma. It was a lot of trauma, I guess you could say, that happened during that experience. And like any other traumatic experience, it needs to be processed. It needs to be healed. It needs to be alleviated, right? It's like a wound in the emotional body that needs to be taken care of. But of course, everything's a process. Everything's a process, um, and it took time. It took years. It took years. Um, I would just have like panic attacks, right? Like I would be somewhere, and I would just my breathing would get all fucked up, and like like my blood pressure would just start rising, right? And I would just like fucking be having this massive panic attack, and I would be trying to keep it cool, right? Trying to keep my calm, but that shit was happening in the inside, right? And I don't know, like I'm not the type of person who really likes to ask for help. I guess I'm prideful in that sense, or in many areas, right? So I kind of just fucking went at it alone, right? Going through these, like I'm pretty sure my family knew I was something was fucked up in my head, right? But because I mean, us as relatives, as family members, brothers and sisters, siblings, mothers, fathers, um, we kind of always know, right? Kind of always know. Um, but I guess it was a pretty heavy experience. It's a heavy experience, right? It's a heavy experience living like that, kind of living always on edge with anxiety and uncertain. Like this life is fucking uncertain, right? That's a given. But having that weight or that fuck, it's like carrying a ton of anxiety on you, and it could be triggered at any fucking moment, and it's ugly, right? It's real fucking ugly, and it's not easy to explain. It's only through experience that you could really understand such things, right? Um, and it's like fuck, I know, like now I understand, I guess. Like I can't say I understand at the same level, right? As like say people who have had way worse experiences and deal with it on a way heavier level, right? I guess I just had like a, well, compared to a lot of people, a minor experience with it, but it was enough to fuck me up for years, right? For years, um, I had that, and it's no joke, right? It ain't no picnic. Um, like fuck, it's not really clear to me how how I got past it, how I got healed from it, or how I got out, right, or through. Always the only way out is through, right? But I kept working out. I kept working out, even if at the gym sometimes I would fucking, it would start hitting me, right? Those panic attacks or anxiety attacks. I would just maintain my cool, just keep breathing through it, and just keep going, right? Even if I was fucking going crazy on the inside, the gym was kind of like my medication, right? My little outlet, breather space from it. And like there was like I need to make different videos, but it was a whole another set of things on top of that, with that were going on in my life, right? Um, but I think I just, like, to tell you the truth, man, God, the universe, life helped me through, right? Helped me through, out, and to heal from it. Um, it took time. It did take time. It took time. Um, I want to say what helped me. To be honest with you, what helped me was doing, like, following my disciplines, right? My habits, or my rituals, right? Um, like reading, uh, meditation, exercise, um, even writing, a lot of writing too. Even a lot of writing. Um, and just taking it one day at a time and going. Also, too, like learning about something always, like, say it's, I'm gonna give you like a brief example on why I say learning about something, learning about it, right? About PTSD, about anxiety disorders, about things like that. Because, uh, like, say, they say ignorance is the only evil in the world, right? Like, say the boogeyman in your closet, right? It's a monster, right? And you don't know nothing about it, right? So you're scared, and as a child, right? Speaking like a children's way, and you don't know what is in the closet, right? It's just a boogeyman or it's a monster. You don't know how big it is. You don't know how it works, what it does, right? It's foreign to you. But say you start maybe peeking, or maybe, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try to understand it, or I'm gonna try to learn about it. And you turn on the light, or you start with a flashlight, flashing a flashlight. Oh, well, man, you know what? His feet aren't that big, or maybe like, oh, he's smaller than what I thought, or oh, you know what? He's not even bad, or oh, you know what? Like once you understand things, or you get a more broad picture or general understanding, it kind of it kind of throws you in another place rather than being in fear of it, right? Like the more you understand something, the less you kind of fear it, right? Like the more you know of a certain subject, the less you are afraid of it, right? The more confident you are with it. Um, so learning about it, right? Learning about it, different ways others have dealt through about with it, right? Um, there's always ways. There's always ways. Um, um, and another thing too, that like learning about it, you disarm. You disarm, right? You disarm. You start having knowledge about it. You start having awareness about it. So learning about it, you start working towards the solution, right? Instead of having the problem there just piled up. Another thing too that I could mention is um, acceptance. Acceptance is a good first step, right? A good first step, because it's a powerful emotion, right? It's a real powerful emotion that just overpowers you, right? And you don't, at least from my experience, you don't know where to run to or hide to or what to do with it, right? It's like a big wave just crashed over you, but this wave is fucking shitty and filled with anxiety. The first thing is acceptance, is what I learned. Um, Accepting it kind of diffuses it to some degree. Like, okay, I am feeling this way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling this way. It's kind of like accepting it because you're not resisting it, right? Resistance creates friction, and it only amplifies and makes it more not so good. But acceptance kind of, to a certain degree, it alleviates or releases, right? Alleviates or releases, or it's the first step to feeling better, right? Just acceptance. Like, okay, I am feeling this way, right? I am feeling this way. Um, and I know this takes time as well, but forgiveness, forgiveness, it takes time. It took me years, right? It took me years. But forgiveness of others and forgiveness of yourself, whatever the case may be, forgiveness is liberating. It's liberating. It's freeing. Um, and you could do it writing. You could do it, I guess, many other ways, right? Um, and fucking staying strong, right? Staying strong and keeping the faith, that you are not alone and that there's a higher power. And you keep the faith, you keep staying strong, you keep working on the solution, and you will persevere, right? Whatever it is you work on is what you will succeed in. Like I like, thank God I'm no longer living that way, right? I'm no longer living with that, right? And but fuck, if you are, man, I feel for you, right? I feel for you, and I hope and I wish you a lot of strength, uh, perseverance, and to get past, to go through, right? To come out the other side a stronger person, because at the end of the day, your strength is being tested. At the end of the day, your strength is being strengthened, right? Or you could say you're really finding out how strong you really are, right? Um, they say it's always darkest before the day, right? Um, and life is cyclical. There is day, there is night, there is summer, there is winter. So nothing lasts forever, right? It doesn't last forever. Bad moments don't last forever. The sun shines on the other side, right? Um, so if this is your experience, stay strong, stay strong, remain strong. Know that you are powerful. Know that you are stronger than whatever it is that faces you, right? Know that, know that, right? Like, I just saw this Kanye West thing, um, and he says, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." Right? That's from the Bible. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And there's nothing that you can't overcome. We're limitless beings. We're infinite and limitless beings. With this in this infinite realm of reality, right? There's infinite universes. There's infinite possibilities. Know that you can go back to one, not back, but forward to a better one, and you can come out stronger, and you will. Know that. Know that. And one day you will be looking back and maybe even laughing about it, right? But know that you will come out. Know that you will come out. Have the faith. Walk with a faith, with a certainty that you are not alone. There is a higher power. There is a higher power. There is a greater spirit. And it has our back. It has our back. And it will make sure that we succeed. It will make sure that we come out. That we come out stronger, better. Well, it's 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 not an easy process, right? It's not an easy process. Like I said, what helped me was just keep working out. That physically channeled the energy, right? Physically, right? Meditation, um, that kind of mentally did it, right? Or for the soul or for the spirit, right? Writing, writing too, forgiveness, reading. I reading always, like, not specifically, like, you could look into that, right? And then, like I said before, doing research, studying studying it, learning methods, ways that people have succeeded, um, is very good because it shines light on the monster, right? And you find out that it's not that big of a wolf, but it's more so of a little puppy. And but reading in general for me, like, reading has always helped me mentally, at least even when I was living that, even for those that time, brief time that I was reading it, it mentally was like sowing seeds to positivity, right? And deep breathing, acceptance and deep breathing, right? I remember one time this grandmother, um, like of indigenous uh, culture. One time when I spoke to her one time about, like, I was referring to that, but I asked her, what do you do when, like, the fear comes up? And she told me, just blow it out, blow it out. She said, you feel it, you blow it. You know what I mean? Blow that motherfucker out. Because if you notice, when you start feeling those kinds of states, your breathing starts either shortening or decreasing, right? You blow that shit out. You blow that shit out. You blow that shit out, right? And the part of acceptance and not resisting, not resisting. Um, Fuck. Well, know that you will, know that you can, know that you are. If I did it, anybody can do it, right? Anybody can do it. Um, don't don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Like I said, you're just being tested, but you could also say you're being strengthened, right? Um, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. Lots of strength. I hope you get to the root, and are able to purify it, heal it, and come out better, stronger, more peaceful, more serene on the other side, more hopeful, with more certainty and confidence, knowing that you made it, right? That you survived that test. Um, Man, and I hope you make it through. I hope you make it through. So I wish you all the strength in the world, right? That's inside of you already. Maybe it's just being revealed to you, right? Um, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. So stay strong and keep moving forward. Till next time.